Todd, thanks for joining us tonight. It seemed a bit of a hangover on Sunday London deal last week, and it looked as though we've carried it on tonight again.
Yeah, um, I read this week's Fight Free Press and I was pretty pissed off when they said, "Oh, you know what? Looks like the team's throwing in the towel." We had a meeting before the game, and we said that's not the case, and guys expressed their heartfelt devotion to coming out and rectifying it. But maybe the last laugh is on us. Maybe they hit the nail right on the head because once again, I think there was a lot of guys up there that didn't show up to play, especially an important game like this, especially at home. I thought that it kind of maybe what's happened is it just goes to show, like, we're a pretty one-dimensional team. When that's not working, it doesn't work at all. And I don't want this to come across properly because sometimes my quotes don't come across exactly how I'm saying it. So I'll say this and I'll explain myself. It just goes to show how much we rely on the Brits. And what I mean by that is they didn't play well tonight. And I don't think the imports did as well. But it just shows how heavily we rely on them. So when a couple of our defensemen don't show up to play and a few of our forwards look disinterested or not, a little scared maybe or whatever, scared to make a mistake is what I'm getting at. It shows our weakness because as soon as we cut down, we get tired and we get run around ragged as well. We need three lines to be successful. And I think a guy like Maxey tonight shows his professionalism. He comes out and plays a great game. Hands down, great game. Maxey could have been, if we had 15 more guys out there, Maxey still would have been man of the match, So, difficult pill to swallow, especially since we're chasing this playoff, or we are chasing this playoff spot. Now, that's my little rant over on the other side of things. Very inexperienced team we have. And I think after a while you start believing your own BS, or you start believing the hype, and we start thinking we're a great team. And we're not a great team. We were just a hard-working team that was starting to get the bounces. And we were getting people behind us, and the support was growing. And I think that it puts added pressure on you. And I don't think a lot of guys are very adept to working with pressure. And I think that, we tend to freeze up. We tend to do things out of character. Because believe it or not, that's the exact same hockey club that they witnessed in September, and that's the same performance. Fast forward a couple months into January, playing fantastic, playing our absolute best, and now we've taken this step back. And that's guys tightening up, and we can go over systems all we want, but if they don't do it on the ice, that's how garbage we look.
The ironic thing is that we're still in with a chance of the playoffs. So what would you say to the fans now? And how do we get back to how we were playing a few weeks ago?
First part of the question for the fans, I'll say sorry for the performance because I think they came out in great numbers. One of the best crowds I've seen all year. I thought it was fantastic. And I think, if I'm being honest, I think they witnessed a great first period. I think that we got three weak calls against us. And, we gave up one power play goal. But after that, we hit the post. We had a couple scrambles in their goal crease. I think the first period was a good hockey game. And then step out, three quick mistakes in the second period. I mean, that used to happen to us, but it's happened to us again. Three quick, weak mistakes that we work on all week, and we're still going out and doing it. You know what I mean? And that's it's like banging your head against a brick wall, So, you know what? Hopefully they stick behind us. I think that this season, I know that it was talk about a development season, and we're getting a good indication that maybe a bunch of these guys won't be able to make a step up if the Flyers are going elite full time next season and stuff like that. If that's the case, then that's the case. Second half of the question: how do we rectify it? I mean, maybe you'd be better telling me. We work on it. We work on it. We work on it. We get it right. We get it right on Thursday. We come into Friday all geared up for the weekend, and then come Saturday, it's like they tear up the team systems and do what they want. You know what I mean? And part of my job as a coach is to be able to reel that in. But I'm telling you what, it's just a frustrating thing when you see guys do things out of character, and these guys aren't crappy hockey players. These guys have worked hard and they've put up with a lot of flack over the year. And I tried to explain to them before the game they should be reaping the benefits of their hard work. And right now they're just kind of letting it slip through their fingers a little bit. And I hope we can regroup or refocus this group and get them playing again.
We've got a tough run of matches coming up,
Yeah.
starting on Wednesday down in Cardiff.
Yeah.
That's going to be hard. So we're going to have to do it quickly.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the big thing. But I mean, this team, it just goes to show you that they've turned things around on a dime before. They've come up, and you think it was the end of the club, and all of a sudden they started playing great hockey, you know. But you know, luck is well, it's not luck. It's you know, you're riding it out and you're playing well, but it's a fickle thing because it just goes to show you can turn the other way quite quickly. These teams are gearing up for playoffs. I know that. Like you can consider some of these teams, they're starting to jostle for playoff positions. They're not going to let any points slip by, and you know, we're kind of still feel like we're just kind of, you know, we're just chasing. We just don't have that oomph and stuff like that. So hopefully we can work something out. I'm very, very disappointed coach right now.
I can tell that, Todd.
Yeah.
Thanks for such an honest interview.
Yeah.
And good luck on Wednesday.
Yeah, thanks. Okay.
Cheers. Drew, thanks for joining us on Flyers TV. That was a very impressive performance by your team tonight. You must be very pleased.
Yeah, I'm extremely pleased with everybody tonight. I thought from Jordan's line down to Ryan Campbell's line and our defense and our goalie, everybody played outstanding for us, and we certainly came to play. The effort was there. We worked hard and we used our speed, and you know, the chances that we got, we made Fife pay on them, and you know, it's like I said, it was a good hockey game for us, and we're excited about the result.
Not just off ice, on ice rather, but off ice, you're growing as well. That was a fantastic support you had through here tonight.
You know what, our fans have been, you know, fantastic, and I wasn't here obviously last year, but the growth and the rate of growth that we've had this year, and the way they followed us, especially on the road. We've been away from home for about 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
You know, we had a big following come down to Cardiff for us too, but certainly when we play up here in Fife and Dundee and Edinburgh, they really have been fantastic, and it's fantastic to see. I think it's great to have the atmosphere for the teams here, for Fife and for ourselves, and it makes for an exciting hockey game.
Yeah. From a personal point of view, you've got a couple of Kirkcaldy guys in your team tonight. Lee joined you from Dundee a couple of weeks ago, and the way he played tonight, you'd think he'd been there all season. You
know what, Lee, obviously I know Lee a lot from playing with him last year in Hull, and I'm very excited to have him on our hockey team. I really like him as a player. I like him as a person. Mostly, he's a really good kid. We're excited to have him here, and he's played 3 games for us, and every game he's played extremely well for us, and he makes us a better hockey team. There's no question about it.
Now you're a former NHL, aren't you? Everybody knows that in this country. How are you finding things in the UK? Are you enjoying it? Does the standard as good as you thought?
I said this before, and I'll say it again. It's a privilege to play hockey, and it's a privilege to play professional hockey, regardless of where you play. And I'm very, very, very lucky to what the game has given to me for the 19 or so years that I played professional, and the people that I've met. You know, the opportunity that I've been given here in Braehead is fantastic, and the hockey. It's getting better. Even from last year to this year is very good. You know, there's some stigmas about this game, but you know, I've been very, 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 you know, excited to see what kind of hockey it is here. There's a lot of good hockey players in this league right now, and I think it's a league that's up and coming, especially in the European leagues. And I think you'll see as the years goes on, you'll get a lot of good hockey players here, like we have now. And same thing, I think it'll help the British hockey and the younger British players and get them excited about playing in this league. And I think that's the most important thing, is get the youth in the game here and get the good British players in this league, and it'll make it exciting for everybody.
Has the standard of British players surprised you?
You know what? There's some fantastic British players. They're not all in this league. That's, you know, a lot of them play in the EPL. You know, there's other places for them to play, but there's certainly a lot of good hockey players. They're spread out over 10 teams, and then the teams in the APL take some very good hockey players. But there is some very good. I mean, I have, you know, with Matty and Adam and Mitch and Kevin and Sammy. You know, we have some very good British hockey players, and I'm excited to have them on my team. And certainly the future for Braehead with those guys on this team as we move forward looks very bright because they're young and they're very good hockey players.
Yeah. Frank Morris, I interviewed Frank the last time, and he told me you're pushing for 4th place. On that form, there's still a chance you can do that.
Yeah, I mean, we dug ourselves in a hole there a couple weeks ago where we lost 3 in a row, and it was a chance that we could have probably moved up in the standings, I think. So we're at a point now where we got to really push. I don't think we played our best hockey yet, and I'm happy about that. I think we still have a little left to give, and hopefully as we get down towards the end of the season, we peak and we're ready for playoffs.
Drew, it's been a pleasure to talk to you. Thanks for taking your time out, and we're disappointed tonight, but we can't take anything away from your guys. They played really, really well.
No.
And good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure being here.